Okay, good evening, everyone. It's moments before 6, and October 16th, Thursday, and I'd like to open the town board meeting for this evening.
I'll
And
second.
make,
I'll second.
oh, okay, what happened?
All in favor?
Oh,
Any opposed?
aye.
Okay, meeting's open.
And now I'd like to make a motion that we go into executive session for,
Interviews.
well, for interviews, although I wanted to know whether Ian had had a conversation.
Advice to council.
Do we?
The purpose is for the discuss.
Oh, you can read
personnel
that,
matters
yes.
for Labor Council and interviews for your open positions.
I'll second.
Yes.
Yes. Is Robert ready? 'Cause
All in
he's-
favor?
Aye.
Aye. So
Okay.
I think
Any opposed?
we should make the call then and start the interviews after. It won't be very long, I
Still in
swear.
the middle of
Hmm?
the vote. We're still in the middle of the vote.
Oh, we
All
are?
in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
Okay, we have to throw you out until we have this phone conversation, sorry.
Okay.
Both of you, but not for very long. Good evening, and welcome to the town board meeting on Thursday, October 16th. I make a motion that we come out of executive session and start the public meeting.
I'll second.
Thank you, Brad. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
So we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And as always, the emergency exit to the door you came through, and, oh, thank you, and the door closest to us. Dawn, you're up. Roll call.
Supervisor Blackman,
Here.
Council members Rebellard,
Here.
Ham,
Here.
Ahern.
Here.
All present.
And I would make a motion to accept the agenda with two additions. The first is to add something that Rosanna had mentioned about a waste management Dutchess County system that she wants to bring here. And I wanted to mention something that NYSEG told us, which was an underground connection to the meter in Wassaic has failed. So I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed?
Okay, we'll start with public comment, 3 minutes each, and only regarding stuff that's on the agenda. Anyone want to start? All right, does that mean no one wants to say anything? That's so unusual. Okay.
Did you want to, Deirdre, do you have anything that you were bringing?
Oh, yeah,
to us to
Deirdre.
do the whole meeting?
I do have something.
Oh, good, thank you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Good evening. Deirdre Houston, Dutchess County Legislator. I was contacted by some constituents maybe about 10 days ago in regards to Bog Hollow Road, which is a county road. My understanding is that it has become in disrepair, and the county highway department came out and just kind of put signs up that said rough road, and didn't have a plan to remediate the issue. So I did some advocacy work. I reached out to Department of Public Works. We did some emailing back and forth. We had a meeting with the Commissioner of Public Works, and I am proud to tell you that on October 23rd and 24th, weather permitting, they are going to overlay a mile of the Bog Hollow Road where it is in the worst shape, and it will be their goal, of course, is to get it done before we get into the winter season. They will be coming out early next week and putting up message boards prior to the work to advise motorists to seek alternate routes for those days. So while the DPW also was in receipt of some complaints, and while it was not scheduled or funded for maintenance this year, they asked the highway team to assess its condition, which they did last week, and then they agreed that it needs work this season, so they are going to use operating budget funds to repave the almost mile of the road before the season ends. So, good news for Bog Hollow Road.
Deirdre, wait, I have a question. My bus route is on that road. Is there going to be, am I going to be able to get down it?
I
You're saying
can,
seek alternate road.
I'm assuming it will be like a local traffic only, or during times of the day, they'll be down to one lane as my
Okay.
guess, but I can certainly follow up to ask what specifically that means and email you.
Yeah, because otherwise my boss is going to be calling.
Yeah, and they're going to put the signs up early next week, but I'll reach out to the Commissioner of Public Works and just ask him what seek alternate routes specifically means, if you'd like.
Yeah, because I know they're going to be working on the beginning half of it, because those ruts.
Like the
big
washboard.
trucks, oh, I have to ride in between them, otherwise my emergency windows get popped.
Yeah, no, I heard it's very washboardy and dangerous. So I just wanted to report that and let everyone know that October 23rd and 24th. Just again, thanks to Amelia, thanks to you guys for supporting that mental health town hall last night. I think everybody was here. It wasn't greatly attended, but certainly for those who are in need, it was a source of information, and I think it was a great service that the county was able to provide here at town hall, so I appreciate you guys opening it and being here for it. And that's really all. Early voting starts next Saturday, believe it or not, October 25th. The closest early voting site to Amenia is the Farm and Home Center on Route 82 and 44. There's 10 days of early voting, and then Election Day is November 4th. And that's all I have. If you guys have anything else for me.
Thank you very much, and thank you to the county for bringing the mental health program last night. It was really great that we could do that.
Agreed. Thanks.
Okay, supervisor's report is next. We interviewed candidates for a planning and zoning clerk and a new dog officer before this meeting. The sidewalk project on Route 44, there's been a lot of progress since the last time this was raised. Most of the walkway is in finally, and we got a schedule from the contractor that they expect construction to be complete October 31st, and the site restoration, which means like seeding and putting in a fence and stuff, complete November 15th. I take that with a grain of salt, but there really has been a lot of progress in the last 2 weeks.
Did you talk to them about the mailboxes?
I did. I left a message with the architects actually, because I don't see it on their drawings, so.
Okay.
The highway garage, we're going to be voting on 2 resolutions tonight involving next steps and moving the project closer to reality. I want to again thank Megan and the highway crew for the work they did clearing the site, which saved the town a good amount of money in the cost of construction. Channel 22, the missing piece of equipment, has now been programmed. Cablevision has come out and replaced their box, and tonight we're actually out live on Channel 22 again, so I'm happy to be able to tell you that. In terms of housing, I was on a conference call with the Tri-Town Coalition this week, and sort of ended up talking about the kind of mixed reviews for Hudson River Housing on the rolling out the +1 ADU program. But I got an email sent today from the executive director and the head of real estate explaining that they have new staff and that they're going to fix all of this, so we're hoping so. The parking on Mechanic Street, I had hoped that we could get the curbs painted, because that seemed like one of the few things we actually can do quickly. But the town highway department actually doesn't have the paint or the materials for applying it. So everything that we have tried to do quickly has failed, which is sort of frustrating. But there are still signs to be gotten and put up, and I think that as the preparations for the event the event Saturday downtown show that it is possible to get signage quickly and get it installed, so we're going to have to try to do it that way. Let's see. Again, the mental health event last night, Sue Serino also attended. There were about 50 people, and I think there was a really good response to that. Harvest Festival again. The big day is this Saturday, October 18th, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., and it's going to be exciting in a whole bunch of different ways that you can't even imagine, so don't miss the fun.
Can I just interrupt for 1 second? There's no voice coming through on channel 22. Is he back there?
Matt's back there.
Yeah, working on it.
Okay. Sorry.
That's all right. Let's see. The budget for 2026, the board held 2 open special meetings on October 6th and 7th to review numbers. The board is going to vote tonight on a resolution to approve the preliminary budget and set a public hearing on it. 2 items to note. One is that the cost of EMS has gone up significantly again, which has a big impact on our budget. And the second is that the board talked last year about this time about trying to improve the salaries for the lowest paid workers in the building. It was pointed out to us by some of them that they could make more flipping burgers at McDonald's than they could working in Town Hall. So the board set a $20 floor for all the salaries for people working in the building. And so that is part of the new budget as well. And I'm just suggesting to anyone in the room and to our audience at home that you can review the entire document on the town website, and it would probably be good for you to know what's in it. Last thing is that the statewide ban on outdoor burning is now over, so people can get at it. And that's it. Is it you?
I see you modified the agenda, so it looks like you want to do building, water, and highway first. I
Oh,
don't see
yeah,
any
okay,
of
that's
them
true.
here. So you want me to acknowledge receipt and circulation?
Yeah, I
of
think that's a
said
good idea,
reports?
because I know Megan said that she spoke last time and she didn't have anything
Report,
yet.
Megan, okay. So I'll go ahead and acknowledge this building department report for the income of August totaling $18,550. Also in your packets does include from the New York Department of Health for our Wadham Sisters operator, their monthly report. Then I'll go. Then I have the
Okay,
town
now
tax
you can
report. All right, so circulated earlier was our minutes from October 3rd, October 6th, and October 7th. And I know everybody responded via email. Has everybody had the opportunity to review?
Yes.
Yep.
Is there a motion to go ahead and approve?
I move to approve.
Leo
I'll second.
and Rosanna, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, also reporting for the September month from the town clerk's office, total collect and circulated to its respective agencies was $775. I'm also presenting this evening for the permission for the supervisor to pay claims as follows in our abstract. General fund, $139,169.26. Highway fund, $30,217.06. Amenia lighting, $1,193.64. Wasake lighting, $464.23. Amenia water, $26,605.46. Highway garage capital project, $13,214.16. Route 44 sidewalk capital project, $46,631.22, for a grand total of $257,495.03. And at this time, I'm seeking authorization for the supervisor to pay claims as presented.
I'll make that motion.
Thanks, Nicole.
I'll second.
Thanks, Rosanna. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Also reporting that circulated to the town board on the 9th of this month was the public hearing notice from the planning board. Also circulated on 10/15, we opened up 12 bids received for the landscape architect. Those items have been circulated to the supervisor and Charlie, who will be putting together the report for each of you, and he'll be circulating that accordingly. And also, I did circulate the preliminary draft budget that was circulated to me by Charlie as well. As we know, the end of the year is coming to approach, and that would mean that you guys are going to have open anticipated positions on your various boards, planning board, zoning board alternate, your ethics, your recreation, and Board of Assessment Review. Those are all the positions that currently have terms, and I'm seeking authorization to go ahead and start the advertisement and process for that. And then I'll also go ahead and advertise for all of our committees under our normal way of doing that as well.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Thanks, Brad. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so with that, I do want to make the typical announcement with pancake breakfast coming up, Menia Firehouse this Sunday, beginning at 7:30. Come have the big pancakes, those omelets I hear are super delicious. We have, all the helpings that go with that. But we have a lot of activities going on. I will not take those away, what's happening this weekend, but I did want to take the opportunity to share that in Wasake at the end of this month, they are going to have their annual Haunted Mill and Monster Ball. So for those that have not had the opportunity to come, you're going to see these really bright orange and reddish flyers around. Come on down to Wasake and have some fun. Those events are taking place on the 24th, 25th, and 26th. and they go from 4 to 7, and then on Saturdays 2 to 5. And then they do have an event on the Lantern, which is gonna be Saturday, October 25th, and that begins at 7 o'clock, and you do have to wear a costume. So anyone that is in the spirit of the season, please come on down to Wassake.
Thank you.
And that'll conclude the town clerk's report for this evening.
Have reports from other committees?
Are there any committees that have anything to report? No. How are you, Ken?
Two quick reports. The Economic Development Committee is going to be meeting on the 17th. I'll send a notice to Town Clerk's office, and they'll be able to post it. Please, this talks about how do we keep this a vital and growing community. So please attend if you can. And then just an update on our ad hoc Harvest Festival Committee. Thank you for mentioning it, Leo. And I know all of you will be there, and all of you will be in costume because you have the opportunity to win some fabulous prize. We have 53 vendors who will be attending. We have 3 music acts which will be performing. And we're expecting, we've advertised, we're on the radio in Kingston, we're in movie theaters, we've been in quite a few publications. We could get as many as 500 people here. So I hope you all come out. I hope you'll enjoy it. And we're looking for people who want to take over for next year. So please.
Ken, could you just quickly, so it's public, parking options, because I'm getting a lot of questions about where is everybody parking for,
Okay,
to attend?
I think I'm going to defer to Charlie, who is in charge of our logistics, and he'll go over where the handicap parking is, where vendor parking is. The street, do you want to augment whatever I leave out? I'll just nod.
You'll not. Yes, so there's going to be 2 participant parking areas at the top of Judge Manning's space. It'll be on either side of the road. I'm sorry?
On Mechanic Street, you're talking?
Yes, yes, exactly, where the rail trail is. So parking there, as well as Four Brothers has given us their parking lot in the drive-in movie theater. So there will be parking attendants at both of those locations to pull you in and help you where you need to park. Vendor parking is going to be in the Town Hall lower parking lot, so that parking lot will probably be full of vendors who drive, set up their tents and park there. And then handicap parking at the Bank of Millbrook. You can also, somebody can pull up on Mechanic and we can help them if they are, if somebody else has driven them, but yet they are unable to walk. Right.
Thank you.
Thank you. There'll be, Silo has lent us 2 golf carts. We'll have one up by Mechanic. If we end up over at the park, we'll have one there. We'll make sure that no one is inconvenienced, and those who might need a little help getting to the festival will be able to get there. There'll be signs for parking. We are basically going to make Main Street one-way. All the vendors will come in at 8:45, 8:30, off of Mechanic, drive straight up the street with staggering arrivals, so the vendors can come 3 at a time on each side of the street, drop off, and we should be able to do that pretty efficiently. As far as getting out of there efficiently, that's their problem. No, I'm sure it'll all go well. And I just look forward to seeing all of you. And this has been put together by an incredible group of people. Everyone has worked so hard, Rosanna, Nicole, Charlie, just so many people in making this happen. So we're really lucky that we had that many people come together that quickly in a short period of time to put on a production of this scope and scale. And thank you for your support.
That's great. Thank you. Okay. So we'll move on to the discussion items. There is a resolution later about adopting the preliminary budget for next year and establishing a public hearing date. But I don't remember whether that resolution actually proposed a date or whether we need to do that now. It did?
Yes,
Okay.
the 6th.
The 6th, okay. So the 6th of November, which is a regular meeting of ours, will include a public hearing for people who have comments on the budget. So it would be great if you could attend. November
Can I have a
6th.
question on the budget?
Yep.
This is discussion, right?
Yeah.
So was the longevity included? We had-
Incorporated into the,
Incorporated into the budget? Yes, it was, okay.
Nice, okay. Does anyone from the audience have any questions on the budget? It is on the website, but I don't know whether you've had a chance.
this isn't public, this is our discussion.
Oh, the previous, okay, all right. Yeah, so does anyone have any issues with that date?
No, it's on our regular meeting.
Great, okay, so we're
Right.
gonna move ahead with that
Do you
for
want us to start earlier?
our public hearing. What?
Okay.
Ian put together a draft local law on parking, because we've been trying to deal with the EV parking charging station that is at the rail trail parking lot now. We realize that that's going to require some checking up on, because we want to make sure that there are actually electric vehicles parked there, and that electric vehicles don't park there when they're not charging, et cetera. So Ian made that part of our local law on parking, or replaced our local law on parking to include that and to put everything in one place. Do you want to say anything about that, Ian?
So part of the law, the town does have a snow ordinance, but that's handled under a different section. So we took that out. We're putting that under the vehicle and traffic and parking section because it makes more sense to be there. So we're kind of cleaning the code up a little bit. We've added some enforcement provisions and towing provisions for people who do violate it, and gave the code a little more teeth as far as fines and just enforcement. And that's it. That's it. I circulated it to the board for preliminary comments, whatever they are. If you send them to me, I will update, and we can introduce that at the next meeting.
Okay.
Also, the EV charging station was also included, so.
Right. Rosanna and Nicole, do you want to talk about the town hall security update, or give us one?
Well, it looks
Where are
like
we
we
done?
got, I think we got 2 quotes.
We got 2 quotes. The only question we have, so I'm not really sure. So one of the things that came up when we did the second quote was whether or not for the front doors, we needed 2 panic bars or 1 panic bar.
You mean whether we replace the one or whether we need to replace the pair?
There are no panic bars on the front door.
Okay.
On the main door.
Oh, like whether we just have one or we have them on both?
What if we have them on both?
I think, aren't they on both on the inner door? I think they are, but I could be wrong about that. But it should be the same as the inner door, because we need to allow the same number of people to get through. So if they don't have one on the inner door, we either have to decide
So
to add
you
one.
want to have them on both doors?
Yeah.
Okay. And the other question that came up was, do we want to change, the whole lock system, or we just want to replace the handles so that they self-lock? And Dawn, you might have some input on that, about changing the cylinders and all of that.
Yeah, so what was presented to us is that we do have the capabilities of changing the cylinders as needed, because we do currently have the key to go in and change those. But I think that what we were looking at originally was just to go ahead and do the storeroom lock, so that way it's always locks behind them, that we weren't looking to necessarily change all of the keys at this time. But that's something that the board is gonna ultimately have to discuss. You guys are seeing what the costs are coming in just for the hardware, to go ahead and have to then issue out all new keys. That's something that you guys are gonna have to decide.
Were you concerned, I thought earlier in this, that a lot of people have retained keys from
That was a concern that
before?
was brought to our attention, that there are keys out there, that there's a good chance that not all keys have been turned in, and there's also a chance that the keys have been copied, even now. So, that's a potential
So
concern.
is that something that you?
Well, this is
Consider?
actually, the other problem is, Some of the keys that we have, like for example, my key, to get into the front door, it's really a struggle. You
I
know,
know.
it's not a really good key. You know, I have to really jiggle it.
Yeah, 'cause I'm
push
sure there
it.
are
They've
copies
been
of
made
copies of
copies and
copies.
copies of
Copies of
copies, because
copies,
masters
yeah.
are no longer where they should have been.
Right.
So in replacing the hardware on the outer doors, was the idea to sort of do new key sets on all of those doors in response to that issue, or was the idea just to change the,
Well, that's a decision. for
that's a
that.
decision, okay. And do we have a number for that specifically?
On the second one, on the second estimate that we got, there is in the bottom. So,
Is there-
obviously, it's more expensive to rekey.
Right. Is our first quote, it says only one panic bar,
Yes,
so that we would have to add another one if we
We would
wanted
have
to
to
do
double if we
two?
wanted.
And this already includes two.
it's already
Okay.
close to. So
Okay.
we would
So-
actually end up being roughly the same. amount.
I was just gonna say, like, if you add another $1,000 here, we're only $1,000 apart
Okay.
to make these match.
So we still need a third estimate.
Okay.
So we're waiting on that one.
So I guess the question we need to answer is, are we
want
changing
two
key?
panic bars?
Well, that,
And-
yeah, and-
So, and I'm assuming, since nobody said anything, that we do want two panic bars?
How do you
Well,
guys
I'll
feel
go,
about
I mean,
that?
I'll go look at it, I just.
In the
yeah.
front door. I mean, I think it would only make sense that we go ahead
two.
and do them both at the same time,
right.
Yeah,
since the work's being
This would
done
be
on that.
two.
right. And that is the closest door, except for the door at the back of the auditorium, so it's probably pretty important as an exit door in the building.
And was there an issue with the door in the?
That we can, we're taking care of that
Okay.
separately.
Shouldn't be-
And do you mind reading the quotes,
I'm sorry, what?
the amounts of the quotes?
I sent them.
I know, but they don't.
Oh,
No.
so,
No, that's the
No.
part that you can't release.
No.
The numbers you can't release until it's,
till we have all three.
we have all
And
of
what
them.
about the electronic locks that we've been discussing? Nothing.
$1.
Come up with any, at least for the front door, either a punch key or.
I thought you were gonna look into
I
that.
did, but I wasn't sure, I mean, you two were working on it, I wasn't sure where we were in the process.
We didn't get the quotes, because it was our understanding that that was something that, from one of our previous meetings, that you had suggested, and we thought you were gonna grab the quote on that, so we didn't, we
Okay.
were
I
just
do
doing the
have them.
hardware. I would, so
Yeah.
if you could circulate those quotes to us, I
Yeah.
think that'll kind of put it into the full picture, so that way we can look at it in its, the entire project.
Right.
Right,
That way we can present the way that,
okay.
We all wanna go.
That'll obviously be the third quote.
And you got, and you got three quotes for that, too,
Oh, three?
after I was told.
Three quotes, well, let me just be clear about that. I need to get three quotes, or I need to give you one, so we have three quotes?
no,
Your
three
quote-
separate quotes, because you're looking at a different part of the project. So we're getting the three quotes for the
This is-
mechanism of the door, but your
Right.
concept was to go
Well,
ahead and
part
just
of
do the fobs, right? Like you were gonna present the fobs to us?
So we're talking about rekeying in the quote, and I'm talking about bypassing those keys altogether.
And so we want to hear what your quote is. That's what we're
Okay.
looking forward to seeing.
So he's
we
saying
can
it's just
compare it.
one.
Just
No,
one.
he would need the three, because we're pretty sure we know what the dollar amount's gonna be. We're
Okay.
gonna exceed.
Okay.
I'm speculating it's going to.
I think what he's trying to
exceed.
say is it can't be counted as one of these, because
No,
instead of
because it's a different
rekeying, we're
part, it's
gonna
a
do.
different, it's not, we're not getting the same, it would be
Okay.
three
it's a
quotes for
different
the
job,
same.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
But Brad, if you'd rather just give us the information in terms of what the one quote is, so.
And then we
Sure.
can
Send
decide
it
to
to us
mail it
like
if
the
it's out of
meeting
the
we can-
picture.
Right, at the next
Right.
meeting,
Send it
we
to
can
us.
decide if that's possible. Okay. So the next issue is why we need stormwater prevention, the last two Ps, Charlie. SWPPP, prevention, something. Okay, well, whatever. We need someone, we need to hire an engineer to be at the site while the grading work is done at the highway garage, to make sure that stormwater is not running to the wrong place or whatever.
Stormwater pollution.
Protection. Thank you.
Prevention plan.
Okay, so because we're doing a good amount of site work, we have to have someone monitor the work to make sure that there isn't a whole lot of sediment running into the creek below. And so that's why there were proposals gotten for three firms, and that's part of the resolution, but I just wanted to explain to people what that was. Did you have any questions, board members? Okay. And the last thing is the wetland delineation on Lavelle Road. I think that, I don't think that the board necessarily has sort of gotten a complete explanation of what the thought was there. I know that Bill Flood and Rosanna, because she's a member of the church, and Charlie and other people too, wanted to look at the piece of land behind the Catholic Church, which I was told was bought for a cemetery, but it's kind of swampy. So I think there was a preliminary conversation that Rosanna had with a new priest about whether they would be willing to sell. And the first step is to find out how usable that land is, either for additional wells in the future, since that's the wettest part of the town, or for wastewater potentially. Because it's adjacent to the stream, so it makes it fairly easy to get rid of the clean water after it's gone through the system. So in any event, the thought was there that the amount it would cost to indicate where the wetland ends is probably worth it in terms of in terms of us being able to make a decision as to whether we want to pursue this or not. Because obviously if it's all wet, it's not any help to us. So that's what that's about, and we're not voting on that this time, but I just realized we hadn't been very clear. Do you have anything to add to that, Rosanna?
Nope,
Okay.
I'm just waiting for them to notify, I mean, I have no say over it. Basically, just,
You just initiated.
the priest just wanted to know when they were gonna do that, if we were gonna move forward to that, and
Yep.
so he could be there when it was done.
Right, we just need to agree that we want to move ahead with that. And I guess we need.
Has there been any, Ian, have you had any communication from the archdiocese in their intent to sell?
I haven't had any communication with anybody with regards to
Okay.
this.
All right, so that's all the discussion
No,
items.
it's not.
Oh, it's not, oh, right, the two that we added, I'm sorry. You go right ahead.
Oh, thank you.
So, it's kind of time sensitive. So Dutchess County Executive Sue Serino and the Division of Solid Waste Management have announced that they are having a textile recycling program that will include curbside textile collection in partnership with HelpSee. So this is a new program that's going to help reduce amounts of material that goes into landfills. So basically, there's two things you can do. You can have a collection bin, which I hesitate to even suggest that because those bins tend to be really messy. Or you can schedule resident curbside textile collection. You can make appointments, and they come out and they actually pick up used clothing. It's clothing. It's for clothing and shoes. And what they do is they go through, they sort it, things that are usable, they sell sometimes, or they give to thrift shops. Things that are not usable, which is the important thing, because I know from volunteering at our thrift shop that a lot of things come in and they're stained and they end up going in the trash, right? So they take those things and they can actually de-thread them and create new textiles and make rags. So it's a whole recycling program and totally reduces the amount of trash. So it says here too also that that HelpSee will pay participating municipalities $40 a ton for all saleable textiles collected from home pickup programs. So that's not a lot, but it's, it's something. And we have to sign up for it. And the deadline is the 23rd, I believe. So I am asking, it is the 23rd. It says to enroll, please return the form below by October 23rd. So I'm asking that the board authorize Leo to sign up and enroll us in this program.
Which is free, by the way.
Yeah,
It is free.
okay.
So do we need, I guess we need a motion.
Yes, I'll make a motion that we authorize Leo to enroll us in the Help Seek program.
I'll second.
Thank you, Nicole. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Great.
Well, that was
So
easy.
Leo, the form is on the back of that form.
Oh, look at that. Okay,
So if you can take care of that.
I will do that. Sure.
Like now, no.
Okay.
Like tomorrow. Thank you.
Okay.
And Leo, I think you had something else, didn't you?
Yes, I did. So I weirdly got a call from an electrician who was doing something else in Wassaic and encountered a NYSEG technician, who said to him that the meter in Wassaic that's on the pole in the center of town had failed because the electrical connection had come apart. And the NYSEG guy said that it actually wasn't such a bad thing to do because there was conduit underneath that was intact, but they had to we needed to get an electrician to put a new wire in there. So I just wanted to make a motion that we, he said he thought it would be less than $5,000, but I wanted to just make a motion that we get bids from electricians for that work.
Okay.
What's that used for, that meter again?
I think that's how we determine how much we pay for the Wassaic Lighting District.
That's the whole district, the lights on, the street lights.
The streetlights in the center of Wassaic, I don't think it has to do
I
with the
see.
ones beyond that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the quotes, the one quote so far is 5,000?
No, that wasn't a quote, that was what the electrician thought that it might, actually, he said that he was involved in installing the lights. What, Nicole?
We don't need a motion.
There's no motion.
Oh, we don't need a
Just go ahead and
motion?
get
I'll
your
just
three
do it.
and
Okay.
bring back for a resolution for the next meeting.
All right, there you go. That was easy. So, next, we have the 4 resolutions.
Okay, so beginning with Resolution 119, awarding bid for pre-construction preliminary grading site prep at the Amenia Highway Garage. Resolution 120, approving proposal with Renia Engineering for inspection services at the Amenia Highway Garage. Resolution 121, authorizing the transfer of funds. Resolution 122, adoption of preliminary budget for the fiscal year of 2026 and establishing a public hearing date. Somebody like to move those resolutions?
I'll move that we go ahead with the consent agenda.
I'll second.
Thank you, Brad. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, resolutions are done.
Okay,
Thank
that
you.
was freakishly easy. Okay. Does anyone have any other matters, or does any town board members have any comments?
I actually do, that the Andrea Cucci came out and brought supplies for us, their prescription supplies, and she had these neat little things that she
You better
had.
demonstrate, Rosanna.
And, well, the
We haven't gotten that far
inside,
yet.
and I just got them tonight, so I haven't read
Oh.
the directions, so. But this is a little pouch that people can pick up, and it is for prescriptions if you have young children in the house, so that you can actually put your prescriptions up in here and seal them up, so they can't get to them. So, Brad, you can have one, and Leo, you can have one.
So that's not the one that
And
this,
Ian can have
He has little kids.
oh, okay. That's not the one that destroys whatever is inside of it. That's something different. Okay. Okay. There's so many options. I'm very impressed. Okay. Thank you. That's great, and thank you for pursuing that. All right, that's very cool. Okay, so any other town board comments or other matters? Seems like not. Okay, then we will proceed to public comment on all business. Is anyone interested in speaking? 3 minutes again. Oh,
Matt, you gonna do our timer for us?
oh yeah, we have a new technologically sophisticated timer.
Yes, that was Matt's idea, too.
So am I good to go, or all set? All right, cool. My name is Terrence McCauley. I live on 30 Firehouse Road in Wassaic. Wanted to make a public announcement that the Amenia GOP is sponsoring a Amenia Public Safety Night on Thursday, October 23rd, 2025, from 6 p.m. till 7 p.m. at the Wassaic Firehouse. We are going to have Sheriff Kirk Imparati there. He is going to speak about community safety initiatives, fraud and scam prevention, securing private property, sheriff patrols, and response times. We are also going to have Deirdre Houston there. She is our Dutchess County legislator. She will be speaking about veteran services, transportation options, Office for the Aging updates, and mental health and addiction recovery. We will have light refreshments served. It also might not be a bad idea if we have a actual public safety official talking about the kinds of locks and other measures that we need in town hall. So might want to bring it up to him then. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Good evening, town board members. My name is Jamie Dinas. I live on Route 22 in Amenia. I'm running for the 2-year council seat that just became a 1-year council seat. I'm here tonight because our town keeps repeating costly mistakes that stem from poor process and conflicts of interest. We need to act now to prevent another misstep like Kent Hollow, which has left a $7 million federal lawsuit hanging over the town. And yes, fellow taxpayers, we would have been the ones footing the bill. Even after the current board has settled the case, there is now a new lawsuit challenging that settlement and putting us right back at risk. That situation arose from conflicts of interest involving Supervisor Blackman and former Councilwoman Vicki Doyle, both of whom were forced to recuse themselves. Now with Ms. Doyle running for office again, she would from day one be unable to fully represent taxpayers because of the same conflict of interest exists. Not to mention both she and her husband sit on the Conservation Advisory Committee together with Mr. Peak, further blurring ethical lines and deepening concerns about bias in town decision-making. Process is what protects this town. When people join boards or committees but ignore or selectively apply the rules, that's when we get into legal trouble. It doesn't matter whether the project is a resort, a recycling center, or an auto garage. Everyone deserves to be treated fairly and equally under the same process. If that had happened consistently, we wouldn't face these repeated lawsuits. Abuse of power and selective enforcement cannot continue. That's why I'm calling for an ethics review of the Planning Board Vice Chair Nina Peak and her husband Michael Peak, Chair of the CAC. The Ethics Committee already found that Ms. Peak had a conflict, yet she has been deeply involved in the Stoneleaf Depot Hill project, putting the town at risk for more litigation. Both Nina and Michael Peak own property adjacent to Stoneleaf and have publicly opposed the project. Their overlapping roles on the Planning Board, the CAC, and the Comprehensive Plan Committee undermine the public confidence and fairness. If I'm elected, this will change. I will work for taxpayers, not against them.
Thank you. Anyone else? Vicki Doyle. Ironic.
Hi, I'm Vicki Doyle, 320 South Amenia Road in Wassaic. I just wanted to let you know that there's a repair cafe that the CAC, the Conservation Advisory Council, which I am a member of, and have been, I think, since I moved here in 2001, and I think I joined shortly after Herb Eschbach encouraged me to do so, and he was also serving. I think he was serving on the enhancement committee, and we worked together a lot on that. So the Repair Cafe is one of the activities that the Climate Smart Task Force is a part of, and they are helping to make Amenia more sustainable. And along the lines of Rosanna Ham's comments earlier, there are many items that we would tend to just throw away if we couldn't fix them easily. And so we are one of many many CACs in the Hudson Valley that are offering these repair cafes where we tap local talent. And Rhett Roback is one of my fellow CAC members. He is a fixer extraordinaire. He can do bikes. He can service your bike if it needs new brakes or whatever. He'll be right in on Saturday from 11 to 3 during the Harvest Festival. He is willing to fix things for free, but donations are always accepted. And Sergio, and I cannot pronounce his last name, of Wassaic, is also willing to help sharpen all of your knives and such. So rather than toss things away, a lamp that needs repairs, minor rewiring is fantastic. We've done a lot of bicycle repairs, and also just like a long extension cord needed a new plug, He did it right then and there. They can't fix everything right then and there, but their advice is invaluable. And before you throw it away, think about bringing it to our Repair Cafe. Thank you.
Thank you, Vicki. Anyone else? I think you only get one crack at the, no, I'm kidding. Come on up, Ken. There you go.
Just very quickly, Deirdre mentioned Election Day coming up. Please, when you do go to the ballot, turn your ballot over. There are 3 initiatives. And if you don't remember to do that, your vote only counts for people and not process. So thank you.
There's a question, what are they? Because I think there is some questions. There are 3.
I only know one, and that's
The library, Amenia Library, 414 will be on there. The cannabis vote will be on there. And,
And the
terms.
choice of the 4-year term for
Supervisor.
supervisor.
yeah, going from 2 to 4 for supervisor. That's the 3rd thing.
Okay. Then, oh, yes, go ahead.
My name's David Dinas. Live in Amenia on Route 22. And tonight I'm here to read this letter submitted by Mark Hussey. Mark is a member of the Housing Board in Amenia, in case nobody knows. He's unable to attend the meeting tonight. It says, "Dear members of the town board, I am writing to formally express my concern regarding the conduct of Charlie Miller, the current chairperson of the House Committee. Over the course of numerous meetings, virtually all I have attended or have been informed of, Mr. Miller has consistently used foul and inappropriate language that I find not only unprofessional but unacceptable for someone in leadership role representing our community. In addition, during the recent joint meeting with the Amenia boards regarding the Silo Ridge fee in lieu agreement with tax settlement, Mr. Miller's behavior was particularly concerning. He was loud, dismissive, and disruptive, making inaccurate statements and repeatedly insisting that others were wrong. His conduct during the meeting was embarrassing and unproductive, and it undermined the credibility of our committee. The tone and behavior Mr. Miller demonstrates has created an uncomfortable and at times hostile environment
I think we should, I think this is better
that discourages open dialogue, mutual respect, and collaboration. This pattern of behavior does not...
My understanding is this complaint was filed with the board. The board is looking into the complaint at this point. I don't think it's appropriate for a public session item. It's not, it's something that's being investigated by the town board.
This is something that's out in the community, obviously. It's on Facebook. And it is, we've all run under the guise of transparency.
I'm unaware of that. All I know is this was submitted to the town
The
board.
letter
That's
was
all I've
directed
seen.
to the town board. I don't know how it got on Facebook, because the only people that it came to were the town board members
And the ethics board.
and the ethics board.
It's out there, obviously.
Just have a couple of words left.
Fine.
Again, this is Mark Hussey. I cannot in good conscience continue to serve under a leader who conducts himself in this matter. I respectfully request that the town board take appropriate action and consider this dismissal of Mr. Miller from his position as chairperson. The House Committee, which directly affects residents in their homes, should not be led by someone who embroils professionalism, respect, and genuine commitment, serving the community, not his own personal agenda. Thank you for this time in this matter.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay. We don't need a second executive session unless we want to talk
No, I
about the
think we do.
habitat. Oh, yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sorry. I move that we go into executive session again. So we'll close the public meeting.
I'll second
And the purpose is what?
the purpose.
Is to
Oh,
discuss
possible sale of a town-owned
possible sale of
parcel.
town-owned parcel.
Okay, the time is 8:15. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Do you want to fill this out?